I understand it wasn't a scheduled annual visit. Can you tell us what it was?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a really busy year ahead, as you can imagine. And so the president decided to go to Walter Reed and kind of get a head start with some routine checkups as part of his annual exam. That's all it was. It was very routine. We had a down day today, and so he made the decision to head there.
And there's no truth to the rumors that it was something else, because the rumors are flying.
Oh, the rumors are always flying. Absolutely not. He is healthy as can be. I put a statement out about that. He's got more energy than anybody in the White House. That man works from 6 a.m. until, very, very late at night. He's doing just fine.
You know, Stephanie, he's almost superhuman. I don't know how anyone can deal with what he's dealing with. It's just, I get frustrated with what's going on in Washington. I want to throw things at the television, but I don't.
Who was it? Was it Mnuchin who praised his perfect genes? Was it Steve Mnuchin that said he had superhuman genes?
Yeah, I think it was.
And then Dr. Ronnie said he would live to be 200 if he ate a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Or the quack doctor that gave the analysis of how he was this superhuman.
Yes.
We found out the doctor was a super fraud.
Super fraud, and this all continues, and they're talking about he works so hard. No, he's got like one event. I think he does one or two things a day, tops. All right, Jonathan Mamir, break this down. By the way, he's magically picked up. He's 2 inches taller now than he was a couple of years ago, right?
Congratulations. Bone spurs.
The bone spurs are growing and pushing him up. And also the weight. I'm sorry. I know a guy that weighs about 240, 241. This guy is he's pushing 300. There is no doubt about it. No, there's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. Maybe he's 270, maybe he's 280.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying we have a right to know our president's health. And he's done nothing but lie to us about it for several years. Ronnie Jackson was the most laughable. But tell us, we don't know what happened. What do you know?
We don't. But certainly the White House has credibility issues. So let's start there.
I've never seen the press secretary before.
Right, on the president's health, but also other matters. So what happened Saturday was strange. His previous 2 physical exams were announced well in advance. They were put on his public schedule the day before. The press pool that travels with the president knew where they were going, to Walter Reed and so on. What happened Saturday was not. There was a motorcade movement with the press pool. They were not told where they were going. They were not allowed to report it until they arrived at Walter Reed, which they did that afternoon. Ooh. This was not advised in advance. This was deemed a partial physical, which is something that usually physicals are not divided in parts, at least not that I'm aware of. I'm not a doctor like others who have been on this show, but that's not my sense of it. This is also something, his last physical was in February, so we're nowhere near the year mark for this next one to happen again. And as a final note, while he was spotted walking into the motorcade on Saturday on the way to Walter Reed, he had no public events yesterday. He was not spotted. According to his schedule today, he has a couple of closed events, so reporters won't see him again. So it'll be now a third straight day where no one will have seen him in the aftermath of whatever happened on Saturday.
He's getting today, I think, an intel briefing.
He's got a meeting. Yeah, right. He's meeting with the intel briefing and then the Secretary of State. But he's not supposed to have any events that are open to the press.
Right.
All right.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube. And make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.